Boom. What's good? I can't even see. but I am gonna do some Q&A real quick, like real quick. Um, so y'all can ask me tech questions or whatever. Um, and if you guys would do me a favor and share this, God bless you. Let me see. This is only a test. Shout out to Bellows Audio for my ears. If you are looking for a great in-ear solution, I know a lot of my musicians are at choir rehearsal right now because it's still it's almost 8. So yeah, y'all getting in the choir rehearsal. But if you're looking for a great in-ear solution that is affordable, that has what you need, Bellows Bellos Audio is a great solution for that. So y'all holler at your boy. So I know y'all have been seeing a lot of moving around, a lot of moving. I ain't gonna say moving and shaking. That's so corny. But I've been moving around a little bit and doing things in the music world. I've been doing production. I've been doing playing, of course. I have been literally traveling the world, touring as a stage manager, as a production tech, as a I even did A3 one time, um, and a playback engineer and different things like that. And I want to talk more about that stuff. So I'm in the process of editing some video that I've recorded over the past 3 years that I've been doing this. It's been great. And I am also in the process of setting up some things so that when we go out again, that I can engage with you guys and let you guys know what I'm doing. I was talking to my aunt earlier, and she was like, "I don't know what you're doing out there, but it looks like you're doing great things. So I love you and I'm proud of you." So, uh, yeah. So I'm going to boom. Yeah, I'm gonna highlight that in a second because that's a really good question. Um, so I'm going to share a lot more of that with you guys, and I'm going to bring it all together to make it make sense. Because my goal for you guys is to share with y'all so that I inspire you guys, not only to do what I'm doing, but to do more and to do what it is that you're called to do. So we got a question on the table: is the Integra worth picking up? Is the sky blue in the middle of the day? Yes, the Integra is actually amazingly underrated still in 2026. The thing about Roland, they were ahead of their time with the Integra. But it depends on your use case. So 88 Monkey, I think 88 Monkey 8K, 88 Mo Keys. I don't know. I'm reading your name wrong. But what is your use case for the Integra? Because the Integra has a lot more capabilities than most keyboards are able to handle. And the good thing about Roland, they make great products, but sometimes they only have Roland in mind, which I mean, most companies do, but they only have Roland in mind when they make these keyboards. So, but for me, I would say yes. The Integra 7 is definitely worth picking up. Has a lot of great sounds. Depends on what gear you already have in your arsenal, especially if you have a Phantom or if you have like an RD 800. It's almost like the rack module for the Jupiter 80. Almost. So, but you can do various things with it. You can hook your iPad up to it and control 16 faders worth of sounds. Of course, you're not going to get the polyphony to support that unless you're playing like a mono synth, so like a lead or something like that. But you can make some crazy stuff though. So yeah, the Integra is definitely worth picking up. Great question. But as I was saying, but I want you guys to soar. I want to give you everything that I can give you to make your journey amazing. So I definitely want to make sure that I document everything that I encounter and or everything that I can that I encounter because sometimes the work be so you know It be so going so rigorously that I can't stop and document. I got to focus on what's in front of me. Um, so yeah, yep. So use it for tracking. Absolutely. The majority of people that I know that have an Integra-7, shout out to my boy Danye. Danye has an Integra-7. The majority of people that I know that have an Integra-7 have it in their studios, and they use it for tracking. So I would definitely, yeah, it's absolutely. I mean, it's a dope live piece, but it's definitely also a dope. It's also a dope piece for you to track with. Fred Houston, what's going on, my brother? Good to see you, man. Hope all is well with you. I did get your message. If I didn't hit you back, I promise I'm gonna hit you back, man. Yeah, I've actually gotten bad about that because I'll be having a lot going on. But Fred, good to see you, man. Everybody holler at him. He's dope string arranger, dope musician, all around good guy. Yeah, man, and I think we need to get these rooms going back too. I actually have a plan for that, Fred. So yeah, stay tuned for sure. Absolutely. Yes, sir. Thanks for hopping on and asking the question. All right, who else got questions? We only got a few people in here, but I'm around for just a little minute. But y'all tap in and let me know sound quality, everything is, because this is kind of a little baby test too. But sound quality and everything, I just want to make sure y'all can hear and see everything. And I'm looking down at my computer, which is in front of me. But just want to make sure sound quality and everything is what it's supposed to be. And all of that. Let me know where you guys are hitting me up from. And yeah, take advantage of this moment, because yeah. We also got some things coming your way. I did what I was just talking to Fred about. I did a segment on Clubhouse during the pandemic called "Let Me Hear Your Song." I'll let you guys know, since you're here, I might not keep the stream up, but I'll let you guys know that we are Uncle Herb. Appreciate it, brother. Herb, yep, appreciate it. But we are bringing "Let Me Hear Your Song" back, but it's gonna be a different swing, and I need y'all guys to hop in on it, because it's gonna be sweet, definitely gonna be sweet. And if you're unfamiliar with it, "Let Me Hear Your Song" is a independent artist showcase for independent artists' music. And this time we will do music that you have not released, but it definitely has to be to a specific point to where we can showcase that. And we definitely have to have a letter of consent from you that will stand up in court, because we're not getting sued for somebody stealing your idea because they heard it in the broadcast. But definitely a great connection point. I had a great conversation with my guy, Lloyd Nix, today, who was a great inspiration on the "Let Me Hear Your Song" show. He let us hear a few of his songs. One particular one was "Big God, Big Love." And just amazing, an amazing gift. So shout out to him. But yeah, the Saints ain't in the building. And I ain't got no mood music to play y'all right now. But while we're here, make sure y'all tap in and check out some of these videos. If you're a keyboardist, I want you to check out Shineway Sounds. We are working on Shineway Sounds for Logic Pro, just because everybody doesn't have Roland keyboards, don't have anything for the Nord. I may work on that. If I get a big enough response to work on things for the Nord, I will tap into Nord. Yamaha, we're working on some stuff for that. Yamaha's a little bit more complicated to do things for, but I think I can tap into the creativity there. And great question, and I did not include that on my link, so I appreciate that, D Money. My consulting is I do $100 an hour, so $50 for a half hour. um, and we'll talk through pretty much anything in your setup that you need to improve, give you advice on how to approach things, and even give you hands-on setup advice. So even, and especially, I would actually recommend if you want to get the most out of the consultation, you definitely want to be at your board. So if you can hit me up from your church or even at your crib, if you got your stuff at your crib, I can talk you through your board. I know most popular boards, all the Roland stuff, the Yamaha stuff. That's what I tech on the road. Korg, especially the Korg Chronos. I'm really not familiar with the Kurzweil stuff, but I haven't seen that in churches. V Stage, know that like the back of my hand. And that's actually an excellent board. I don't know if y'all just saw John P. Key's tiny desk. If you did see his tiny desk, shout out to the young bull that's playing. He's playing a V Stage, and the piano sounds great on there. So, but long answer to a short question: $50 for 30 minutes, $100 an hour, and that's real time, hands on. The G7, man, I got my G6 sitting on the organ at church right now. That's one of the coldest boards. And one thing with the G6, just because I'm here by myself talking to y'all, you can actually if you have a logo, you can actually put your logo on the screen. I have my logo on my screen. So if anybody swipe my board, when you turned it on, you're going to know it's mine. But yeah, G7 is a dope instrument. It's a very flexible instrument, but that's one of the ones that I don't see people using to its full extent. And the sound palette there is crazy. So, who is Damo? I don't know if you just announcing yourself, but what's good? Y'all tell me where y'all hitting me up from. What part of the country y'all hitting me up from, or if y'all out of the country. It's a little late overseas, so I doubt I'm going to have any of my overseas people here. But y'all let me know where y'all hitting me up from. And question for y'all, what's your favorite keyboard? What's your favorite board? What's your top choice board? What boards are you playing? And I mean, y'all can list a couple. Y'all can list your main board and your aux board. Or if you don't play keyboards, what instrument do you play? And what kind of instrument do you play? So if you got bass, are you playing a Lakeland? Are you, bass mod? South Carolina was good. Got some music for life. But yeah, what are you guys playing? McKinney, Texas. Isn't McKinney by, how far is Damo. Okay, yeah. Damo. Nah, he was dope. If you know him, tell him he did a good job. Korg Chronos. Korg Chronos is one of the dopest, most flexible keyboards out on the market, but it just takes too long to come on. And it's like a puzzle getting through it. I know it. I would have to get back in it and get maybe like 5 minutes to refresh. But Korg Chronos is fire though. Montage M7, a dope board. I can't front on Yamaha. Yamaha did a great job with that M series. So McKinney what is McKinney by? What major city is McKinney by? I feel like that's Dallas, but Vancouver, Canada. Come on now. I got a couple people from the PAW up in Canada, man. That's good people up there. I wasn't in Vancouver. I was in Toronto last year. And Ottawa, maybe. I was in a couple of places there, and there's one place. I don't know if you know of this place, but let me know if you know of this place. So it's a place in Canada to where when you're running downhill, it feels like you're running uphill. When you're running uphill, it's as easy as running downhill. I just remember them talking about it, and we were there, and it was just like a weird day. Korg Nautilus. Korg Nautilus is a cool board. I feel like it was kind of a miss because they don't have the faders, and I'm a guy. I love faders. Yeah, praise and worship will be over by the time. Man, listen, it's bad. It's bad, and even still, like they've updated it. They've updated the Korg Chronos to where, and I don't know. Okay, here we go. Add to broadcast. Yeah. North Dallas, come on, man. That wasn't a comment that I wanted to highlight, but holla at you. Yeah, praise and worship will be over by the time you get on the up, for sure. Um, Casio S1000V and my iPad, which I use them out. Hold on. Listen, I'm not fronting on Casio because Casio has updated their keyboards to where the key bed is actually fire. Their pianos don't sound half bad. The Casios of old are not the Casios now. So shout out to you. Juno DS88 has a cool key bed. I won't say great. It has a cool key bed, and that thing runs on batteries, and it has J-pop in it. So, I mean, you won me there. You can do a little stack on it too. So it's not a bad board for the gigging musician. It's actually not a bad board for sure. The mighty ES8, the Juno DS at the crib. Got you. Is that Marcus Walker? My bro Marcus Walker. Yeah, the mighty ES8. The one thing that I've seen is the ES8 is the tried and true staple Yamaha motif board. It is tried and true. I didn't give the one that I played on for years credit, which is crazy because I actually sold it to the church that had it and I was playing at. But it just, number one, it wasn't treated right because I took it to the shop and the dude said it was like all kinds of sawdust down in it and all of that. So it went out. For that reason, he cleaned it up, but it was almost unsalvageable. He said now it's unreliable. It could cut out at any moment. So we just replaced it with the MODX Plus. Worst mistake that I've ever made regarding a keyboard, the MODX Plus. And no shade to anybody that got it. Now that's smart. Now that's smart money. That's smart money. That's what I like to see. You definitely have to use your noggin with that stuff because yeah. So essentially, you turned it into a Chord Chronos, but was faster. It was faster than the Chord Chronos because that Nihilist is faster. It's a dope board. It got nice sounds. How many hardware boards do you need? How many software VSTs do you need if you want to be as minimalistic as possible? One keyboard, no software. It's possible. See, the thing about it is you want to use the tools that you have and maximize on those tools, right? I'm sure everybody in here or everybody who has been in or when they started their musical journey didn't have more than one keyboard. It's only in these days when you have a situation where you walk into a church and you have multiple keyboards. But I grew up in a Pentecostal church where the organ was the main instrument. Piano wasn't the main instrument. Piano was actually auxiliary to organ, which is crazy. But so the focus was more on the music and the feel than it was on the sounds and the production, if that makes sense. Now it's on the sounds and the production. A lot of times if you have a red keyboard, a lot of people, they're in those situations to where they want to, I got to sit back. My back is hurting a little bit. To where if you have a red keyboard, then that makes the matter. But nah. So to answer your question, just one keyboard if you want to be a minimalist and you want to take advantage of the sounds. So I was talking to my guy earlier today. We were talking about analog boards, and with these analog boards, the one thing that I like the most is that you have limitations. I have a Moog Muse, and it's a 8-voice keyboard, so you can only play 8 voices at a time. So if you find yourself in a situation where you're trying to play a 10-voice chord, it's not going to happen. But it makes you figure out, how can I reduce these chords to where I can play the fullness of that chord without using so many notes. So it's the same thing with the keyboards. So if I go on a gig and I have an aux board, we're doing a big Easter production, and my MD hit me up and was like, what aux board do you want? It's easy, the Phantom, because I can get around it. I can split it. I can do, whatever I need on that Phantom. But I might bring some other boards. If I don't, I know how to get around that board enough to where I can make it do what I need it to do. So to answer your question, good question. Just one keyboard is only needed. But just do your research on the board to maximize. So let me see. Yeah, I got some good questions. My dream board was a Korg PAX series. I think that was series. My S word just came up on my on my phone and my iPad. I'm not talking to you, young lady. Um, but reconsidering with all the new board. I tried the Roland V stage, the Phantom O, kind of like the Phantom O better. Tempted by the new Viscount Legend. So I got to ask a question. We'll follow up on this. With the Viscount Legend, the organ, Viscount Legend organ is cool if you have the right person tweaking it. That's my opinion. I'm an organ player from the beginning of my career. I started out on organ, B3 organ. Just started out on it. Viscount is cool, but it's not the best emulator that I've found. But Phantom O series, their Phantom 08 is a great board, and it has faders. I like faders over knobs. The V stage has knobs. I like the V stage though. It's for what it's worth and for what it's supposed to do. It's a great board. The organ section in the V stage is beating any other stage piano organ that's out. I'm gonna say it again. The organ section in the V stage is beating any other stage piano organ section that's out. That's including the Nord stage 4 organ. It's beating it technically, sound wise, modability. It's beating it out. So it depends on your use case, but I'm unfamiliar with the Korg Pack series, but I think I know what you're talking about. Aren't those like the blue boards? Fred, my string gear, Sapphire, Abbey Road, Chamber Springs. So Fred, have you ever messed with LA scoring strings? Cause I'm addicted. Like that sound is just, I love it. The MODX is keyed. the MODX key, I think you might have meant keys, is boo boo, especially in comparison to the new Montage. Absolutely freaking lutely. That new Montage M8X has some of the best action that I've felt on a keyboard, and my go-to is a RD800. I like the V stage. V stage is cool. I do not like the RD2000 key bed, but I'll play it because it's just a great board. Yeah, but that Yamaha Montage M8 M8X is crazy. It's crazy dope. I definitely agree with you on that. Let me see. What camera am I using for this stream? So I'm using a discontinued camera. It is a Canon M200. I got it because it has clean HDMI out. I have a 30 millimeter Sigma lens on it. If you know anything about Canon came out with these M series cameras, which are the mirrorless cameras. They're the smaller version, great for run and gun. You know, they have limited features, and that's the thing. It has limited features. Like if I sit back here, like the focusing goes out, like it's struggling to focus. So I have to fix that. I know I can fix that. But just certain things that I don't too much particularly care about with this camera, but I'm gonna keep it because I mean, for a stationary situation, it's cool. It's cool, and it's getting this job done for sure. But I have a whole streaming setup and a whole recording setup so I can do videos. I'm not gatekeeping anything. I'm not seeing red. Those sounds, but terrible functionality. Hey, I feel it. Definitely feel it. It's a take it or leave it from me. I've been a Nord fan since day one, and when I say day one, I mean 1999. Yep, I'm that old. So from the first Nord stage, I think the first Nord was an Electro, though. I have to do my research on that. Whatever that red Nord was that first came out, there was an organ company here called, what's up, baby? All right, thank you, darling. Okay, my darling, my 8-year-old genius. But yeah, so that was the start for me with Nord. I kind of left it for a while because the functionality was kind of murky. I actually did have a Nord Electro 2 rack, and that was actually kind of fire. We've been talking about it. Me, John, Mike, and Kenny Matthews have been talking about they need to bring that back. They need to bring that rack back, doing the Nord Electro 7 rack and bring it on back. But yeah, the functionality it's use case, because it's it's what you need it for. So there's sometimes to where I had something quick. Like I remember doing a wedding for a friend, and it was just a no brainer for me. I took my Nord Stage because I could throw it in the case, put it on a backpack, and set it up with a ultimate support stand in my hand. I have a stand in my hand, the stage on my back with all the cables, and I'm cooking. What? I'm doing it every time. So, but yeah, and that was then. This is now. God be praised. Let me see. The Legend 73. Legend keyboard 73 because it has dual drawbar. Yep. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. I haven't done my research with the Viscount yet enough. I played it a few times in NAMM. That's the long and short. And last NAMM, this NAMM. And it's a cool organ. It's just not my top choice. So have the Phantom O version. I do not have the Phantom O version. I do have a friend. Shout out to Cartier who let me use his Phantom O version. 06, and it was cool. Don't lean too hard on that, baby, because it'll bend. But you're fine. You're okay. But the 06, it's the same as the Phantom. Can you unplug that top plug? Very top plug. Very top plug. Yes, ma'am. Just that one. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. But thank you. That heater was getting a little hot in here. It's cold. I'm in my basement. But the Phantom 06, yeah, it's the same thing as the Phantom with just limitations on the polyphony. The key bed is different, and the faders are different. It doesn't have your LED strips on there. So I mean, just the smaller screen, But functionally, it is a great board for the size. But I don't have that board. I do not have that board. I actually have considered getting it, but I have the Jupiter XM, so I don't know. Okay, yeah, that LA scoring strings. Everybody swears by that. Oh Lord, Jerry Crowley. What's going on, brother? Good to see you, man. That's my guy. He's been number one supporter from day one. Oh Lord, Nicole, another number one supporter from day one. The MODX, the first model, and I want to get rid of it. Yeah, I'd say now's the time to get rid of it because it's only going to drop in value. Because from what I understand, the MODX M is a great buy, and if it's anything like the Montage M, it's a great. Yeah, it's going to be a great board. So I'd say get rid of it. You might take a loss, but invest in something that's going to have a little bit more longevity on it. And I think that I don't know what the key bed feels like on it, but I know the M functionality is great, and you get the Montage software with it, and that alone is worth it. I have the Montage software. That alone is worth it. So, yep. Just an idea. I have some time to throw out here. Had a chance. Any keyboard. Multi-out, split the keyboard into different instruments and run bass and sound. Yeah, you can. And run a bass sound. Yeah, you can definitely do that. Again, you have to learn the board, learn how those outs work. I know you have multi-outs on your, like the Nord Stage has multi-outs. Pretty much all of your higher end Roland boards have multi-outs. There's a lot of boards that do that. So that's a good concept to try. I think this is a compliment. Thank you, sir. God bless you. Appreciate it. Appreciate the support. Appreciate y'all tapping in. David Battle. My guy. What's going on, man? Thanks for tapping in with me. That's my brother, man. He's really like a cousin, man. We got a lot of history together. Our dads were great friends. And I say were because my father passed away, unfortunately. But, yeah, great friends. And their family is top one. Seriously. Separate the bass amp. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people do that. And I'll give you a best kept secret. That was actually the function, the intended function for an Akai MPC. A lot of people don't know that you were supposed to MIDI instruments to the Akai MPC and control either modules or any instrument that had MIDI, generally keyboards in the era that it came out. And and you could MIDI those together, programming each of the boards, and you would have like your own band playing for you. So that's crazy. Um, so yeah. So no, that's not a bad idea. Hi from Amsterdam, man. That's crazy. I was actually, y'all have a great airport. I've been in the airport maybe like 3 or 4 times, and y'all have an amazing airport in Amsterdam. But thanks for for tapping in for sure. Thanks for tapping in. So I'm gonna give it about 5 more minutes, and then I'm gonna tap out because as you can hear, I got my baby girl. She's she needs me. She said it's not important, but she had something to ask me. All right. All right. So I'm it'll be about 5 more minutes, and then I'm gonna tap out. Go ahead, baby. I'll be up there. I'll be up there. Hilarious. Yes, sir. I think that's Schipple. I believe. Yeah. Nah. It's a great, absolutely wonderful, um, wonderful airport. Yeah, I got a lot of shops in there. It's expensive though. I ain't shopping in there because nah, it's mad expensive. But super dope though. So yeah, we taking a few more questions, couple more questions, and then we tapping out. I appreciate y'all tapping in with me, man. I'm gonna try to go live a little bit more. Like I said, we have "Let Me Hear Your Song," which is an independent artist showcase that I created back in 2021 on the Clubhouse app. We're moving to another app, which is going to be phenomenally better. Um, and yeah, absolutely. Gospel music for life, and thank y'all for tapping in because it's because of you guys that I do what I do. So I really appreciate the fact that you guys continue to tap in with me. As you can see, I've been posting more videos. I have an organ shootout video coming, and I know I owe y'all an apology because it's been over 2 years that I've been supposed to, how do I say that? I was supposed to have posted that video of my brother Jarrell Little playing organ. So I'm going to try to get that knocked out tomorrow. And yeah. But yeah, excited. I mean, we got a lot of stuff coming. We got interviews coming. We got a lot of stuff coming. So I just need you guys to stay locked in to the prophet. No, I'm playing. I'm joking. Jeremy, what's up, brother? Good to see you, man. Hope all is well with you. Happy New Year. I haven't talked to you in a minute. We got to tap in. We definitely have to tap in soon, brother, for sure. Um, but yeah, so let me ask you guys a question. So, a lot of you may not know because I'm not taking for granted what people know. I'm trying to get comfortable, y'all, because sitting in these chairs for a long time will make your back hurt. But, so you guys, I told you guys what I do. And, a large part of the year I'll be touring. What do you guys want to see from me? What do y'all want to see? When I go out and I tour, mine is the artist because I'm not going to be putting the artist on any of the artists that I work with. I'm not going to be putting them on camera unless they want to be. Like I'll take pictures with them, but unless they want to be, I'm not going to put them on camera. But what do y'all want to see on the trail? I see people with chord keyboards. I bought a D1 as a MIDI controller, but I have problems with the velocity curve. I'd be willing to talk you through that, man, and to check it out. I'm not too familiar with the D1. I think that is that an old school board? Let me check that out. I'm gonna look and see. I think that's an old school board. Oh, okay, yeah. That's the piano, the stage piano joint. Yeah, those are kind of tricky. Those are kind of tricky because that could be something with wear and tear It could be something with dust getting down on your contacts. So yeah. Am I still playing that Roland V? No, I brought it that one day, David. I brought it that one day, and I brought it a couple of other times. But that day, funny enough, that day that you guys, so there's a video on my Instagram of me playing the Roland V stage. He's asking if I'm still playing it at the church. The day that I brought it out there, I broke a knob off of it, man, and I've been cringing ever since. So, yeah, I don't really take it out that much anymore for fear of doing the same thing because I don't have a hard case for it. I just have a bag for it. So, and matter of fact, I don't even have the bag now because I'm renting another one of my keyboards. Let me see. Jeremy. Man, I appreciate it, brother. I appreciate it, man. Jeremy's a good dude. That's my dog. Yes, the VK8. So I have a hook to a VK8. If you're familiar with Roland, Ed Diaz has one. So I might have to pay Ed a visit in the Core Chrono CXE. I won't do it because that organ is not a good organ, in my opinion. I mean, we might do the keyboard organs, but nobody's going to use those for real. I mean, well, I don't know. Maybe, you know what? Just because you said something about it, maybe I'll take a little bit more consideration into that. But, yeah. Let me see. What's going on, Ryan? My brother, my tour barber right there. CX3. Oh yeah, the CX3 is cool. It's one of the old school. I think it was out before the VK7. Excuse me, and yeah, that was a joint. I like normal boards. These are the keys that tend to look. The drawbar settings. Oh, so yeah, you got to do that, man. You definitely have to do that because it'll show you a lot. I actually stole that New York style from a gospel artist, Vincent Bohanna, who can play. And I was trying to figure out, this is one setting that they have. They pull the first drawbar out, leave the second drawbar in, pull the third and fourth drawbar out. And they leave that second one in, and it just gives you that New York flavor. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. I appreciate that. Chasing the waves. I appreciate that, man. You're too kind. You're absolutely kind, brother. What is the best board between... I don't know. That's, it's use case. It's use case and preference. If you're asking my favorite boards, I'm going to leave it to the comments. What do y'all think my favorite board is right now? What do y'all think my favorite board? Like, if I had to take away every board in this studio, which is a lot, I'm surrounded by a lot of keyboards if I turn this camera around. What do y'all think my favorite board? What board would I want to hold on to more than any other board? I still need a minute, baby. That's a good question. You seen the Zenology is going to iPad. Well, the thing about it is Zenology has actually already been on iPad. It's been on there since before the Roland Cloud. Can you believe that? But it just didn't have sufficient sound. So one thing that I think Roland should do, and I'm not sure if they've done it, I have to update the Zenology on my iPad, is put Zen Core instruments on your iPad. I want those JVSR 80 sounds like your I was gonna say J-Pop Bells, that's Yamaha. But I want your D50 stack. I want your Aurora pad. I want your Hugo bass. I want those sounds on there with some of the newer sounds on iPad. So I need to check that out. I appreciate you for bringing that back to my attention, Herman David. I said 5 minutes and y'all jumped in here with the questions. David, yeah, you on the money. He said Roland series for the boards. Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, the only thing to do is to get it. I'm not sure how much it is though. I don't think it's that expensive. I think Zenology is pretty cheap. Got a Core Chronos 3 North Stage 4 Yamaha Montage M. What's the absolute best? Come on, man. You got to say what you think. That's an easy question. For me, if somebody if I'm on a gig, if I'm going on a gig and I don't know what music I'm going to be playing, but I'm going to be playing main, and I need a main board, and it's Chord Chronos, Stage 4, or the Montage M, it's going to be the Montage M easily, just because I know how to work that board, and I know what to do on that board. And I mean, as far as using the faders, it's going to have a bigger sound palette. The polyphony is not going to be as good as the Nord Stage 4. If it's a calmer gig, like a wedding gig or something like that, to where I'm going to be playing piano, maybe some strings on top, then I might go for the Stage 4. But for me, it's the Yamaha Montage M. Now, my favorite board is none of the above. Favorite board is going to be that Phantom for sure. And I would do a Phantom 8 for sure. Put the German Grand on there, and we cooking. I'm just saying. Phantom G is not my go-to, but it will be in the aux lineup. It would definitely be in the aux lineup for sure. V Stage. The V Stage is not going to be my first choice. But if I'm on a gig where I'm playing main and they give me the option for the V Stage, I'm probably going to go with it just because I know it like the back of my hand. It has some great sounds in there. That EP, I have a video that I'm dropping that has the V Stage EP versus the P330, the Roland P330. And it's almost identical. The only thing that's different is the chorus, and you can't match the chorus because it's a vintage chorus on the P330. But good guess. Is that Zenology on the iPad? Has those sounds? Because if it has those sounds, then I'm living below my privilege. I need to go on and tap back in with that. And if that's the case, then it wasn't in that first rendition of there. Okay. Yeah, we're going to look into that. Herman, I appreciate the information, my brother. I definitely appreciate the information. Montage 8M, M8. Yeah, the Montage M8 is a dope board. They just need to better use that polyphony because I made a couple of sounds on the software, and it still lost notes, and I don't know. I don't know. All right, I'm tapping out, guys. I said it was gonna be 10 minutes. I've been on here for 40 minutes. But yeah, what I would encourage you guys to do, and I'll leave you with this, is to get the most out of what you have. It really doesn't matter what you have. If you have a 25 key, 44 key, 32 key, 61 key. If you have a Fender Rhodes, I'm looking at stuff around me. If you have a Casio, somebody said a Casio V1000, whatever you have, get the most out of that instrument, because exhausting what you have is going to put you in a better position to do the most and get the most out of your gift. One thing that I almost did at the beginning of the year was I almost tore down this studio and bought a bunch of different other gear, like not my instruments, but my desk. I want a studio desk. I ain't gonna tell you what I'm using right now as a studio desk, but it's been working for me for the past few years. I was just gonna do a few different things, and I'm probably going to look at Wavebone. But I really want to sponsor. I really want to endorse something because I'm in a season where I have influence, and I want to use that positively to direct people to get things that are going to help make them more productive and not just buy a bunch of crap. But point of the story is to get the most out of what you're doing. I was talking about my office. I almost tore all my stuff out of my office, got a new desk and all of that stuff. And I said, and God said, no. God said, you've been in this office, you've been recording videos, you have things, maximize on what you have, and I'll bless you with the rest. And I trust God. So I'm maximizing on what God has given me already. And that's why I ain't upgraded this camera. But look, today y'all asking me what kind of camera I'm on, because it must be clear. But yeah, so that's my admonishment to you guys. Maximize on what you have, so that you get the most out of what it is that God has gifted you with. So they had a demo version of NAMM. Surprised you didn't. Nah, I really didn't have a chance. Roland was really busy at NAMM. So but Herman David, I'm gonna check it out for sure. I appreciate y'all's support. I appreciate you guys on everything. If you want to stay updated on everything that I have going, if you're following me on Facebook, but you're not following me on YouTube, follow me on YouTube. If you're following me on YouTube, but not on Facebook, follow me on Facebook. If you are following me on both and not on Instagram, follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is Sheridan, SHERIDEN _ Shanway, SHANWI. Y'all tap in, a lot of videos over there. If you have Roland products, I'm coming for y'all. The rest of the genres, or a Moog Messenger. I have a few sound packs in my bio called Shanway Sounds. You can download those, put them in your board, especially if you have the new V Stage. I made a scene pack for that. It's actually great. You have what you need to execute a great situation. In the meantime, in between time, 46 minutes later, we out of here. I appreciate y'all tapping in. Y'all make it a good night and get the most out of what you have. All right. Peace.